he can't.
Oh. Oh yeah, those are sharp.
So yeah, you don't, yeah, on a bigger
Holy
fish.
buckets.
My northerns have lots more teeth.
Those are solid.
Yeah, on a bigger fish.
So the teeth of a walleye. Oh my, yeah, you could get hurt.
They
Yeah.
could puncture skin easily.
Yeah. So it's real tempting to go, oh, I can get that
Just-
hook. It's like, I wouldn't want these things.
So you always need those
Yeah.
pliers or whatever.
They
Yeah.
puncture their skin really quick.
Okay, well, I'm going to
That'll be a
try.
beautiful fillet.
So
there.
again, you can't go all the way through
Yeah,
necessarily.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do like John was mentioning. And this is the part that I'm just a little blind on. I'm trying to not
Yep,
go
you
any
wanna go
further.
right
I
on
want,
it,
and I want
yep.
to lay it nice and flat and parallel.
Yeah.
You're a little high. There you go.
And then at the same time, I want his,
Barb, they're playing good music tonight.
I want his belly.
I know.
You're good.
Going too high.
A little tighter. There you go. That's perfect right there.
There's a lot of meat, like from here all the way down. So
Down.
I don't want to go.
Too
I don't want
high.
to leave any up there.
Yeah.
I'll come back through and get some of that if I think of it's, you know. But yeah, on a big fish, John, you're right. You could never get through them.
Oh, that's a nice fillet.
And sometimes you cut them open. It's like, oh, look at the little minnow he's
That's
been
what we
eating.
usually check what's in them.
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can tell if they've been eaten, and then you know what to use for bait.
Yeah, no kidding. That's funny.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Nice.
fillet.
Holy
Yeah,
It
buckets.
is.
That's like the ones you eat in a restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a little high, maybe right there, but what you're trying to do on anything, you're just trying to get down on
Spine.
that spine, because that's where the, like I said, the meat is all like right in there.
So you said, I mean, you could go through
Yeah.
again for a skinny slice.
So one of these little guys, I mean, everything like up in here
Yeah.
is like running down there, and then where it gets a little fatter down here is like right in, you know, right where
Behind
the ribs quit.
everything.
Yeah. So I don't want to waste, because this is all like real precious good meat. Of course, it is up here too. But if I go too high, then I'm leaving it
Oh,
behind.
I wouldn't call it a video. The mini movie that you guys put together was like 7 minutes long.
Yeah, and that was, from the very time, the first time I told her about the concept of it.
This is the part just because
I was blown away.
And what are
I
you
thought
trying to
it
do
was
with
such a
that
cool
again?
I'm just taking the rib
concept.
cage out of here
Oh,
completely.
Colorado.
Because
And first
if I did it normally, I would have cut his head off, and then I would have gone, you know, I would have stayed above the ribs.
30 minutes in.
Oh, yeah.
So I just don't know how to do what John was describing. I'm trying to pick up like this little, I mean, it's not a lot there, but
That was something we hadn't had the opportunity to do before. And it was really cool to kind of bring awareness to that. And,
that's a piece of meat
a
that,
lot of people really appreciate
you
the
know,
fact that
Oh, yeah.
is up on his rib,
something like that. And it's cool
and
that
I don't know how to
and, a lot of people
get
really
around
like
his
it, you know,
ribs,
and,
like how
it was
far
really cool
down.
to see how the video
It's
turned
just
out.
these lambs,
Being
gonna
able to-
cut it out of
to
there.
take that home was pretty special. My parents were there, and it was just a really special moment for all of us, and especially being fan voted was really cool.
So how do you get bone out?
Awesome our fans are. And,
Like if you feel
it was
some,
really fan voted,
like
so it
that.
was,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
pretty-
just
they were blown away. So
I'm trying to cut it out of there. I mean, it's all kind of hung up.
Pretty nice breeze.
Oh, so it's just like,
We'll take you with us. Happy birthday, girl.
So all I'm trying to do is just make sure there's no bone. So when you eat it, because that's
it's just
the
annoying
part,
to pick
yeah,
it
it's
out.
just like,
when
because
you're
as soon as you
eating
hit
it.
a bone, then it's like, how much you
It
trust
takes
eating
the
it.
enjoyment out of eating
Yeah.
a piece of fish.
And
Yeah.
I'd rather just clean them so you can eat them and not
Have to worry
about it. And if you
finding-
can't
Being
feel
scared you're
it,
going to swallow it.
Right, then there's probably nothing in there.
if you feel that, there's something. It's pretty clean. I think it's pretty clean.
Nice fillet, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to get that little
I mean,
Little
like little.
ribs.
And see also when the guys that are the bigger fish, right in here, there's a piece of meat about this big and about this thick.
Oh,
They're
the
called the
cheeks.
walleye cheeks. They're hard to get. You
Oh.
get to have a big fish
They're
to get
supposed to
them.
be delicious.
They are.
aren't they?
Yeah, Lemke always would say that's the cheek meat where he would lop the head off, and like John just said, you know, right on the sides, it's like a little medallion that pops out.
They're about this big, but they're.
It's
Can
all
you fry
meat.
those too?
Well, it's just, yeah, it's all
Okay.
fish meat. Okay.
He just wants to do what you do.
So this is a walleye,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You've caught a few of those, Kari.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yes, you've gotten some nice walleyes.
Oh yeah,
Mille
mille lacs.
lacs,
Yeah. That's right, because you have to hold them like this when you're taking the picture, not like by the lip and
Yep.
dangling.
Exactly.
That's right.
Are you trying to work around that rib cage again, Dave?
Yeah, I'm cutting right through it. Just didn't go down far enough. It picked up. Let's use. Right, you know, his ribs are like right there. If you feel them,
Oh yeah, that's sharp.
and here's the cheek meat that John's talking about.
Like this.
Like if I could just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where is
sell
it
that?
located on him though? Look,
Just
the
up in
cheek-
their head, it's like this piece of meat right here.
Oh, okay.
And, you know,
so it's
on a
not
bigger-
seriously like a little cheek piece. It's not
It's
on
like behind
the
their head.
side of his face.
No, it's up in their head.
Okay.
But on a nice sized walleye, it's a nice little piece of meat.
Right.
And people, that's a thing, like cheek meat.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be the
I've never
most
heard of
delicious
that. Oh,
part of
really?
that. Mhm.
Well, it's just another.
You'd only get it if you caught a walleye.
I mean, like
You
that
can't
right
buy-
there.
I was
Like,
gonna
if I
say.
can fillet that out, I mean that's
Yeah.
all walleye
That's
meat. So I'm gonna try to
hunk.
save that. But this is the stuff they're talking about. Like after you kind of cut by the gills, you're going after this piece of meat that would go from here, maybe like up to here.
And that's the cheek meat.
Cheek, and it's just a slang.
Like the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, but thick.
Yeah.
Right.
But see, you can't probably. I don't know if you. I don't know. I think the only way you can get at it is just to try to get in there and kind of
Just
hammer
carve
your
it
way
out.
out and pop out a little chunk like that. But I'm gonna try to fillet that off because when I cut it, it was at a goofy angle.
Oh.
I went like
Well-
that, and then this one I kind of went different. But anyway, but on a bigger walleye, you know, it's worth, you know,
Yeah.
trying to grab that little chunk of
Those.
meat that's up in their head. It's like right in here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's just referred to as cheek meat. I'm just going to cut this. Just easier to handle it.
Look for the white box with the blue star in the first aid section. Feel blue star work fast.
And again, when you get done with them,
There's not much
there's
left.
not.
It took 15
Shouldn't be
minutes
much
to
left.
decide to
Take
trigger
off
the
this a little bit.
Yeah.
slip and lop off your left eyebrow and frantically try to paste the brow back on your face.
My favorite brow.
To add insult to injury, you could have used those 15 brow-raising minutes to switch your motorcycle insurance to Geico. Geico. 15 minutes.
But it's almost like a little sunny fillet.
on motorcycle insurance.
You know, I didn't want to leave that behind.
No, that's a decent chunk.
Yeah.
A few bites.
Just not wasting any meat.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
as long as
this
you
is
can get at it, you
fine.
might as well, you know,
Right.
it's all going to
Somebody will eat
taste.
it.
Yeah, it's all.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
And a trick with, like John was saying, a good fillet knife has a flexible blade for doing this.
Oh.
So you're trying to put pressure on it, keep it level, and you're just skinning.
Yeah.
You know because back in the old days, people would scale these things to do that, and the scales fly all over the place.
Oh yeah, you
'Cause
see it like in
you
movies,
get
like flying, like.
So this would, which is good. You fry that up in the pan, it's great, but
It's
scaling
just
fish
mess.
is just a mess. And I mean, my dad used to do it, and there's
Really?
scales flying all
Oh
over
my
the basement.
Stealing them?
Yeah.
It's such a mess, but it makes for good fish, but
It's just
See, I just can't.
Not worth
Lot of work.
the mess sometimes.
Yeah, I probably gave up a little there. I just can't.
Not much.
I just can't go down.
So you can
and-
eat.
Well, you could eat everything. It's just you have to
Well, I
pick
mean, like
bones.
the, like
It's a
the
lot of
shiny,
work.
like that is all
Yeah.
edible. Do you,
Yeah,
does it
probably.
taste like anything?
Yeah, it's just a lining or, you know, I mean, maybe
No.
you'd want to not.
No.
I mean, if you ate it, it
You
isn't
were
going to
gonna
hurt
probably-
you.
no.
Is it going to be maybe chewy? Yeah, maybe.
No.
That's a nice fillet.
So you can feel. So I'm going to probably have to lose this little. I was trying to hang on to that little sliver off the. But I'm probably have to just.
Carve it out.
So you feel that. There's really nothing in there. So when you eat that, there's no bone in it, which is, again, it just makes it that much more enjoyable to eat it. And it's a little more, it's putsy to fillet fish, but I'd rather take a little time on the front end and enjoy it.
So would
eating it.
everybody else.
Exactly.
I hate nothing more than finding bones.
Is that the
while
cheek
I
you're
eat.
working on?
Well, it was like a little bit up by the head that I probably try to salvage.
Delicious.
So you feel
Can't
that,
wait
and
for
that's just-
breakfast.
That's
just
the
a
cheek?
little- well, it's kind of like that. It's not. I didn't really get it up out of his head. I just made a cut that was off by about 1/4 of an inch.
Oh, yeah.
When I was going back down his back. So we can get rid of these, and then I'm gonna rinse these off, and then I'm just gonna check them for bone, and just make like little cuts. Here
There's
and there.
one little one I felt, yeah.
Yeah.